up golden cockerel, okay? So this is what we're going to work on now. Up golden cockerel. Then you hear me say extend the knee. So extend the knee means to stretch it out. Stretch it out, extend the knee, heel down, hold your ball. Heel out, right hand comes above the forehead, turn hips and waist, shuttle right. Sit back, lower, pivot out, hold ball, out with my heel, rotate, turn hips and waist, shuttle left. Half step to the back, across the hips and waist, set up the right hand, come down to the bottom of the C. So I'm bending my back foot, which has my weight, okay, my right foot. One hand comes up, join it by the other, and then your foot touch, extend the knee, start in the middle, flash arms like a fan. Okay, so that's what we're going to drill on today, okay, right now. All right, going forward now, okay. So, how do we do this now? I think it's this way, okay? Angle to the right, golden cockerel. Extend the knee, heel down, hold your ball. You can put a tap there for now. Out with your heel, rotate that ball, right hand comes on the forehead, turn hips and waist. Hey, are you doing it? Who's doing it? Nobody? All right. So I need practice, but you do too, right? Okay. So golden cockerel, angles yourself to the right. Golden cockerel stands on his right. Extend the knee, heel down. Hold your ball. Out with your heel, rotate the ball, right hand on the forehead, turn hips and waist, maiden shuttles on her right. Sit back, lower, pivot out, hold your ball, but you can put a tap there on a T-stance. Out with your heel, rotate the ball, left hand above your head, turn hips and waist, maiden shuttles on her left. Half step to the back. Right hand across the hips and waist. Left hand. Right hand comes up. Bend the back knee to go to the bottom of the C. One hand comes up. Join it by the next hand. Then your foot touch. Extend the knee on a heel. Flash arms like a fan. Okay, so the fan starts here and you push forward, pull out using your core, not just your hands, but something in the back allows you to move that. All right? We're angle to the right. These are drills, okay? Right hand pushes down as we stand. Golden cockerel stands on its right. Extend the knee with your heel down. Ball for better balance on a T. Out on an L, turn, spin the ball, right hand above the head, turn the hips and waist, maiden shuttles on her right. Sit back, lower, slightly pivot out, hold your ball for better balance on a T, out with your left heel, rotate that ball, left hand above the forehead, turn hips and waist, maiden on her left. Half step, shift your weight to the forward foot to go to the back. Left hand across the hips and waist. Right hand starts to take its position high, then comes down as the left hand counterbalances. One hand comes up, which is the forward hand. Join it by that back or left hand. Touch, extend the knee again, heel out. Flash arms like a fan. All right, catching on more. We've got about 2 more lengths to go. So how do we get started? You tell me. What position do we take? Golden cockerel stands on its right. Extend the knee on an L stance, heel down. Hold your ball. You can take a tippy there for an LT stance because we're going slowly. Our heel comes out as we rotate the ball. Right hand comes above the head. Turn hips and waist. Maiden on her right. Sit back. Pivot out. Hold your ball for better balance. Out with your heel. Rotate that ball above your head. Turn hips and waist. Maiden on her left. Half step to the back. Across your hips and waist. Set up the right hand. Weight on the back. Go down to the bottom of the C. One hand. Join it by two hands. Touch. Extend the knee of the left. Heel out. Flash arms like a fan. All right, now stand and just watch me, okay? Stand in the forward position and just watch me, okay? Up, golden cockerel. Extend the knee, hold your ball. Heel out, rotate the ball above your head, turn hips and waist, maiden shuttles on her right. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, hold your ball out on an L, rotate that ball above your forehead, turn hips and waist, maiden on her left. Half step to the back, across your hips and waist, set up the right hand, go down to the bottom of the C by flexing that back knee. One hand comes up, two hands come up, then your foot, extend the knee, out with your heel, flash arms like a fan. All right, one more time to try it with me. Golden cockerel standing on its right. Here we go. Out with your heel. Hold your ball. Out with your heel. Spin the ball. Right hand above the head. Turn the hips and waist. Maiden on her right. Sit back. Lower. Slightly pivot out. Hold your ball. Heel on an L. Spin the ball. Left hand on the forehead. Turn the hips and waist. Maiden on her left. Half step to the back. Across the hips and waist. Sit up your right hand. Down to the bottom of the C. Flex that back knee. One hand comes up. Join it with the back or left hand. Touch. Extend the knee. Flash arms like a fan. New one. Sit back, lower. You're not going to see me, just try to listen. Pivot that left foot or front foot. Fist the right hand. Push down with the left hand. Spin out with your heel to the right to deflect. Bring it in. Out with your hand, out with your heel to parry and punch. Okay, so then I've lost you, but then that's the next group of movements we're going to do. All right, while everything is fresh, watch again, okay? Watch again how to do maiden works or shuttle. So we said to get into maiden works or shuttle, we will be at golden cockerel standing on its right. Extend the knee, heel down, hold your ball. Heel out, turn, hips and waist, shuttle right. Sit back, slightly pivot out, hold your ball, out with your heel, rotate that ball, shuttles on her left. Half step to the back, across your hips and waist, set up the top or right hand, down to the bottom of the C, bending that back knee. One hand comes up, join it by the second hand, touch, foot joins it, extend the knee, flash arms like a fan. One more time, okay? Not talking, okay? Okay? No talking, watch more. And you know the rest, okay? Same closing for all 10, 24, and 16 forms, okay? All right. Any questions first now? So yeah, it's hard to ask a question because the steps are so different, so unique, and every little bit of the movement plays into each other to get a good movement, a whole good movement. I think that the best way is to watch, to do, listen to the key words. And everything that we do in Tai Chi requires a shifting of weight. And more so now with these movements. You are constantly shifting weight, okay? So that's our focus. How are we shifting our weight when we do these movements towards the end? So we're going to go do a drill again, and each time we shift a weight, we're going to take note of it, whether it's mentally or verbally, okay? If you can better understand the element of shifting weight, the better and clearer you can understand how to do these movements. So how do we start? You show me. How do we start? Yep, right, golden cockerel, okay? So we're on one weighted foot, shift our weight, we hold our ball. Out with our heel. What do before you turn? You rotate your ball, hand goes onto the forehead, turn hips and waist, hands goes for the right, shuttles on her right. Sit back and lower, slightly pivot out, hold your ball for better balance on a T. We're going slowly, so I'm allowing you to put your T step. Out with an L stance, rotate the ball above the forehead, shift weight, shuttle to the left. Half step, shift weight to the back, cross the hips and waist, down to the bottom of the C. One hand comes up, join it by the second hand, then your foot, shift your weight, flash arms like a fan. Okay? We said 2 sets. Golden cockerel stands on its right. Extend the knee on an L stance, hold the ball on a T. Out on an L, rotate that ball above your head, turn hips and waist, maiden shuttles on her right. Sit back and lower, pivot out, hold your ball on a T. Out on an L, rotate that ball above the forehead, turn hips and waist, maiden on her left. Shift weight, half step to the back on your toe, across your hips and waist, set up the top hand, needle to the bottom of the C. One hand, join it by the other hand, touch, then your foot out with your knee, flash arms like a fan. Okay, one more time, make it better. Then we're moving on. Right, golden cockerel. Extend the knee on an L, hold your ball. You can make a T step. Out on an L, rotate that ball above your head, turn hips and waist, maiden on her right. Sit back, lower, pivot out, hold ball on a T, out with your heel, spin the ball above your forehead, turn hips and waist, maiden on her left. Half step to the back, across your hips and waist, set up the top or right hand on your toe. What are you going to do? Ground yourself by flexing that back knee. One hand comes up, join it by the second hand, touch, up with that left foot, extend the knee on the heel, flash arms like a fan. Listen first, you won't see me. Let's see how well good listeners you are. Sit back, lower, pivot the front foot. fist the right hand while you're on the toe of your right foot. One hand is up and one hand is down. The fisted hand is lower. So yin and yang now. The top hand is going to come down and the fisted hand is going to come up and swerve. Down with the left hand, up with the fisted hand. Spin out with your right heel towards your right. Bring it into as you deflect, then parry, and then punch. Home stretch, touch, open your fingers. Shoulder width away as you roll back, sink, then power up and power forward. Finish it off. Sit back, sit down, lower. Pivot, open pivot, in pivot, off the ground, embrace the tiger, right hand on the inside of the cross, coming up, using your cores, rotating, both hands are now facing at chest level, both palms. Push out with your core, separate, drop your shoulders, flex your knees, then close your form. Okay? So a little better every time we do it, okay? But it's going to require some practicing. So what I've done is really broken it down. But we can start there, and then we can start after that to refine the movements so it's not just smoother, but it makes a little bit more sense. I don't know if that's the right word, but it makes it, yeah, it gives you a more of an understanding and I want to say a comprehension of how, if you start with the little itty bitty puzzle pieces and put it together, it becomes a nice whole. In instructing like this, I tend to lose that wholeness, but I feel that's more important now to get those little itty bitties in, although it seems a little like a robot, but gradually it'll pay off rather than doing the whole and saying, you know, you just catch up and follow and fill in the gaps. I rather do the itty bitties and get that worked out well so that the habit is already formed.